Two of my favorite YouTubers in the fight space have created videos discussing whether or not size matters in a fight. They're great videos, but the methodologies they tested were focused more on sport or competition fighting. And I began to wonder, does size matter when you have less rules, like in a street fight? So I brought together 6 of the best self-defense trainers I know to ask if dirty fighting negates the size issue in a street fight, and if size versus skill changes the outcome at all. We paired a less skilled, fatter, and taller fighter, me, up against a small but extremely skilled female fighter, Erica. Also, we tested an extremely short but super skilled master of self-defense, Chris, with a big, giant, less skilled fighter, Stanley. This is a 2-part series, by the way, so keep an eye out for part 2, because things get real rough. Cliff is gonna fight Stanley, and you don't wanna miss that, so subscribe now. Let's quickly go to a brief roundtable discussion with these self-defense trainers. I have brought you all here together today because at one point you have taught me something in my martial arts journey. And I want to ask you guys, does size matter in a fight?
Dirty fighting. And none of us here are sport fighters. Well, he's done more of it, and she's done more of sport fighting than probably all of us here, right? Yeah. They probably have 50 years between the two of them of sport fighting. Okay. I don't.
When you think of combat sports too, there's a reason why there's weight divisions. You know, MMA, even jiu-jitsu. So
yeah, they did try, like I said, they did try the no weight class thing for like,
yeah, like absolutes.
They did try no weight class when UFC first started.
Yeah.
For like 2 or 3 years, and they got tired of the big guys kicking out of the little guys. The only guy that actually won was a Gracie. Okay. And he was like, but he's not little. Let's be clear, he's like almost 6 feet or 6 feet, and he's like 180 pounds. So would that be considered?
Well, I think it kind of depends on what kind of fight, right? So if we're doing sport fighting and there's a whole bunch of rules, then absolutely. And I think size definitely does play an advantage in a street fight, because obviously if I fight Cliff or I fight Stanley, they're gonna have a lot of advantages against me, right? They're gonna have their strength and their power, they're gonna have the range, they're gonna have like mass and body weight against me. They're gonna have durability. I mean, I could hit this guy as strong as I can, and it's gonna have a lot less of an impact as opposed to if he hit me one time as hard as he could.
As a matter of fact, we went ahead and tested this idea. Erica has been doing martial arts her whole life, and she can throw some devastating kicks. However, her kicks were no match for a 250-pound, 6'2" Cliff Odette, who basically has dead nerves after years of rough training. It did not work out so well for me though. Cliff is 50 pounds heavier, but honestly it doesn't matter his size, he trains way more than me.
Keep going, as much as you want. The difference is, keep going. I train for this so that I can take you. Okay? That was a sternum shot, by the way.
Okay. Okay. Now you're just showing off. Things did change a little with a larger, well-trained man.
See, now he's starting to whittle through, but it's more power, more mass. Get it? Get it? See, now he's starting to get through. It's size, power, mass. If you're not 100% on your game, and I'm 50, 40%, he will eventually whittle me down. She will eventually whittle me down. But it's gonna take an eye strike, a soft target hit, something like that for somebody like me. I'm a rhino. I eat hits to get in to grab. This is how I've trained. That's why my teeth are flat, my fingers are all broken, because that's what I do.
Speaking of Cliff Odette, this video series was sponsored by him and his website, mdsnorthamerica.com. Go there if you'd like to watch videos to learn the MDS fight system. You could learn this, and this, and this. Use my code StripMallSensei to get your first month for free to try it out and see if you like it. They have well over 100 videos and they add more every week. Link is in the description. Anyway, enough talk. It's time to see some fighting. First, I, an unskilled, doughy 200-pound man, will fight a much smaller, highly skilled woman. I'm scared. I don't want to hit a girl. Quickly, here are the ground rules. Everyone is doing 2 30-second rounds. We decided this because that's about the typical length of a street fight. Jared helped us decide this as well because he read a statistic that I found interesting. That if there isn't a knockout in a street fight in the first 19 seconds, more than likely the two fighters will gas out.
So she wants to stand up, so you're gonna be striking and grappling. My suggestion for you at this point, take as many hits as you can get, grab hold of her and try and get to the ground, because if you stand toe to toe with her, she's gonna kick the crap out of you. Okay. Good luck.
This is foreshadowing, by the way. As you will see, I blew the first round because even though Erica is a badass, I did not feel comfortable hitting a woman. So I sort of panicked. I'm looking forward to the awesome YouTube comments about this, by the way. You know where the comment section is. Go ahead.
Free fight? I wouldn't do that. You guys being the, you can hear, look, he's got chest, he's got belly, arms.
That's what I'm wondering, like hit in the face?
No, we're not drilling each other in the face. If it's an accident shot to the face, just tap them. You may look like a marshmallow, but you've been training, sir, so you can take some hits. Okay. Okay? When you're ready, you got time? Go.
Oh, that was real fun. Sorry. My bad.
Time. Okay, how do we think that one turned out?
I think Adam won.
You survived, sir.
You slapped well. Even, I was not expecting the
One
slaps.
slipped through though, and I was like, oh no.
No, it was fine. I tried to do this
I
whole
feel like I'm
thing,
at the end of a fight.
Yeah.
and then for whatever reason I hit the ground and I go into sport mode. I'm like, put her in guard. And she's way too skilled for me. And she's
a
clearly
specialist.
got over it and armbarred me.
Well, I found out a secret. She's actually really good in jiu-jitsu too. She just doesn't tell people. She's a very talented fighter. She's an amazing striker, amazing kicker. She loves standing up and kicking and keeping her distance, and that's where she's good. But she's also, you took her to the ground, she rolled over on you,
I
and
know.
she took mount,
You
and
were
she.
telling me too, you're like, don't stand and fight with her. Take her to the ground.
Well, that again. So look. No. Let's be honest.
No.
So she's gonna take you to the ground, or you're gonna stand up and get kicked. She's a way better striker.
Yeah.
Than she's good on the ground, but she's an amazing striker, and
Yeah.
she's very fast.
Well, and that quick knee to the groin. So yeah, that knee to the groin. I don't know what I was expecting when I signed up for this. In addition to not wanting to hit a woman, I was completely unprepared for her to take this that seriously. But I kept this ego-destroying fight in there because it's a perfect example that most men would not be prepared to fight a woman this skilled, and many would underestimate her. They would probably run off after that first groin kick. So now that I realized she wasn't messing around, I decided to take this a little bit more seriously. I still didn't really want to hit her, but I tried my best. For science. Also, in order to make this a better simulation, we decided that the attack should start with me bear hugging her from behind.
On your mark, get set, go. Zach is down, go down. Punch, you can punch and kick. Guys, you can now punch and kick, do stuff. Come on, buddy. Come on, take him out. Go. Punch, you got hands, punch, kick. That's good. Come on, go. Come on, go, punch, kick. Come on. Don't stay stagnant. Come on, keep going. She's gonna bite you if you don't let her. Come on, fight. All right.
Oh, I was saved by the belt. Because I don't know if you caught that.
She grabbed her cup.
She started grabbing down here. And I was like.
That was right at the 30-second mark too. Like.
You knew what you were expecting, so you did better. You
Well-
took her to the ground, you sagged to the ground, and you were listening to me talk to you, and you started throwing hands, you started putting work, you took mount. You're actually pretty good at taking direction.
Yay, Adam!
I'll listen
Probably
to
why he
Bud.
does filming.
So as you see in this round, I put my full weight into her, and her skill once again paid off. Additionally, her dirtier tactics changed the game. If she would have actually twisted that, it would have been game over for most attackers. Also, that eye gouge would not have worked out very well for me either. It goes to show that training and being prepared can definitely help you overcome the size issue, especially against an average man like me. Even if you're a smaller woman.
And if she creates enough pain in you where you disengage and you start running down the street away from her, she still
I'm
wins.
still going home safe.
And that's what she's been training for over a decade now. She's, what, you're 15 years into this journey?
Adam, how much, on the second round, how much would you say you utilized more your weight in your...
I would say it was like 100%. I was like, if we're gonna get down on the ground, I think my biggest mistake actually was flipping on top of her, because for a moment I had her. You know, I had you, and if I just laid there and
If you'd have taken side control and just put your body weight on it,
Yeah.
then you had more movement.
Dude, I've been smashed so many times like that.
Yeah.
People just lay on me.
Well, that's what Stanley does to me all the time when I wrestle. He walruses me and, you know. So next we have a less skilled but giant Stanley going up against a super skilled Chris. Stanley is about 6 foot plus, and if Stanley was in the UFC, he would be considered super heavyweight status. Now, even though Chris is much shorter at 5'7" and weighs only about 150 pounds, Chris is an absolute beast, and he's got a whole bag full of dirty fighting tricks. Stanley has trained Krav Maga with me for about 2 days a week for the past few years. But he can punch hard and kick like a mule. Now, before the fight, Chris had some interesting things to say about fighting larger opponents.
It's the mindset to me. So I preach to my students all the time, mindset, mindset, mindset. I kind of tell them it's like the cat that goes into water, right? Cats hate water. You go in the cat just starts going crazy. If you have that mindset, and basically what I say is, I'm going home today and you're not. If I have that mindset, with a smaller person to a bigger person or whatever, it's gonna definitely matter. What you need to do is you need to train with someone stronger and bigger than you always. So when I first started training, I trained with a black belt, and he had like this long ass reach on me, and I had this. I got my ass wrong, but I learned a lot. Training and giving that mindset that I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna win this fight no matter what I have to do. Claw your ass, kick your nuts, pull them, rip, have a souvenir for later. I don't care. But I have to have that mindset. Does everybody have that mindset? I don't think so.
I want fast, dynamic, bang, 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 because I think if you add wrestling and boxing together, it's way better off than jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
Because we're not gonna be doing arm bars and things like that. You can pull a rear naked, you can pull the stuff to choke. We're gonna give it a tap out.
Okay.
But I think that if you do from a standard wrestling start, it's the safest way we can simulate this.
Sure.
So paper, rock, scissors, back to back.
You ready?
Yeah. Go.
Done. All right, reset.
Stanley, what did you think?
I'm just trying to survive. I did all right.
Did your size make a difference?
I think it helped a little bit. I mean, he's very skilled, so.
What do you think about his size and your skill set? Do you think?
Well, he's half my weight. Well, more than half my weight. So it was fun though. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
But yeah, he could throw me around. I can't. There's no way in hell I'm gonna throw him.
Actually, what I did notice is that he pulled a reversal on that one. So two skilled guys usually doesn't change up. You'll see two heavyweights, if they have minimal skill, it'll stay where they started, right? Mm-hmm. But he was able to get the reversal. So honestly, I would say in this matter, he overcame with skill, with size. And he was doing a smother, and it was actually turning out pretty good. Striking was there, but again, it would take a little bit longer. It would be a longer fight. Remember, not concrete. So I think in this round, I'd actually give that one to Chris because he overcame it and took top position and was more of the aggressor.
So you heard it from Cliff. Chris's skill outmatched Stanley's size. Comment what you think though. What impressed me was Chris has a bag full of dirty fighting tactics, but he really didn't have to deploy them. It was actually a really clean fight. In round 2, Stanley starts from a less dominant position.
Tell me when you're ready.
All right, on your mark, get set, go. Go ahead. Yeah, get their knees, go. Okay, go on.
All right, who won that?
Honestly, I would say that one is a lot more close this time. Stanley was able to get up, pull a reversal, but then Chris reversed right at the last second. Chris got control and reversed there. They were kind of, as far as wrestling rules, they were kind of neutral at that position, but at the very end, Chris turned around belly to belly, got control, and would have been more of the aggressor at that point. But for the majority of it, Stanley did take the advantage and got up, used his strength. So I'd call that round kind of a draw, to be honest, until if we had more time, it would unfolded better.
Do you think that was a draw, Stanley?
No, I don't feel like it was a draw. I feel like I got beat.
Why do you feel you got
I
beat?
feel like I did better the second time than the first time, for sure.
Okay.
And that's what you see, because again, now you're prepared for what it is, right? You were unprepared, you didn't know what was gonna happen, you're like, oh. So for you, it was dealing with the uptake, the learning curve, right? So that's why the first round you're struggling, the second round you're like, okay, now I know what to expect. And third one, you'd be even better.
And how much of that is starting from a dominancy? You know, how much does that play a thing when you're that far ahead? You know, with martial arts and stuff.
We try to start even.
Yeah, we start even, or we start in the work. We start in the 99 percentile, and you know, which is we train it because worst case scenario, but it's also really bad in the sense of. You know, people ask, what do you do when you're being choked up against a wall? Or how do I get out of a rear naked choke?
Places.
I always say, like, that's like getting in a car accident and trying to put on your seatbelt. Right. You know, it's like you're in such a deficit that when you're in the 99% now trying to work your way back, that's going to be extremely hard.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's hard because we're playing by rules, right? Stanley had his hand right there by Chris's eye. Should he have been allowed to actually gouge his eye, then, I mean, it would be a whole different game. But I think with the rules that we're playing by, I think the size definitely helped Stanley to kind of make up for the lack of skill set he has in wrestling. And I think Chris did as well as he did because of the knowledge that he has.
Was there any dirtiness in there?
Not too much.
No?
A little bit.
And
Why
then
did you play it so clean, guys?
Even Stanley had his hand right here by Chris's mouth, and Chris could have bit.
I actually had my hand kind of under his nose, kind of like this, but I wasn't trying to yank on it because, you know, we have stuff that we're going by, you know. So.
But that's the thing is you could have gone by that, right?
Yeah, I would have cranked on his face.
He did move him a little bit.
Yeah, no, I saw
and that's
movement.
the thing I saw, was he had his hand right here on Chris, and he moved him.
But we're still trapped by
had
that.
we gone here, then now Chris is blind, and now that gives you another advantage.
Watch part 2 of this video to see this. Oh. And this.